I know right now the government is shut down, but remind yourself that God never shuts down. I know the government may be going through a system and they decide when to turn on and turn off, but I want to remind you that God is always on. And I know the government's saying they're not going to provide for you right now, but you forgot that they were never the ones providing for you. That the job was never the one providing provision. That the stamps were never the one that was feeding you. It was always God using these resources and using these outlets to provide for you. But it was always God's hand over your life. And if you truly believe in God and you truly have faith in who He is, you know that you're always going to be good. You know that He is always your provider. It says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, or what you shall drink, or what you shall wear. He said, I feed the birds in the air. He said, I take care of the lilies in the field. He says, if God clothes the grass of the field, shall He not much more clothe you? He said, O ye of little faith. How much faith do you have to know that you may not have income coming in, but knowing that your bills will get paid? That you might not have the resources to feed your kids, but knowing that God was always the one feeding him. You know how I know? Because I've been on assistance multiple times, and God always provided and made a way. I've been in situations where I didn't have a job and I had to pay bills and God always made a way. I've been in situations where I was down to the last pack of noodles and I had to feed my son and God provided. I've been in situations where I had to light the candle and play hide and seek with my son because BGE wasn't paid and the lights was off, but God still provided. So I want to remind you that I know you're in a tough situation because the government is shut down right now, and know that God is always been your resource. God has always been the provider. God has always been the one making a way. And He's going to provide for the ones that believe in Him, the righteous ones. He said, O ye of little faith. How much faith do you have to know that God is bigger than the government? He's bigger than the decisions that they're making. He's bigger than the court. He's bigger than the Congress. He's bigger than them all. God has always been the king. He has always provided the resources. So be anxious not. Be worried not. I know you're in a situation where you feel like things are falling apart, but know that God is always going to catch His people. He never fails. His word never lies. He said, I feed the birds. I feed the animals. I provide for the grass and the lily of the field. You think that God is not going to provide for you? The government is shut down, but God never shuts